How's it going, people? Hope everyone's well. Bit of a different one today because I'm without a grinder. I'm doing a vid on a knife touch-up, really. Got an old kitchen knife that's come from work. Don't know where it came from. No one at work says they know where it came from. But it's a stainless kitchen knife, pretty battered. A lot of rust spots on it, so it's obviously not been looked after. But I'm going to try and buff this out, polish it up, and then put a new edge on it, and that's really the point of the video. I went and got myself a Lansky sharpening system. From now on, when I put my knives out, unless if there's already an order, what I'll do is I will ask that person who's buying the knife what kind of edge they want on it. Choices will be 17 degrees, 20 degrees, 25 degrees or 30 degrees. The higher the degree, obviously, the more edge life you're going to have. The finer the degree, the more cutting ability, but you lose some of that retention. So I've used this system once already. It only came the other day. I think it was 35 quid off eBay, and then I bought the stand like that, and I just put it on an old piece of pine and put some feet on it. Works really well, really happy with it. First, I watched a few tutorials, so it's not going to be a tutorial of how to use it, it's going to be more what you can do with it. And my personal EDC is the Trance 42, and it has got a lovely edge on it. Now, it's not quite mirror. I will be getting the Super Sapphire for polishing up my edges to a mirror, but for the moment I'm just using the extra fine. And this thing, it was oscillate still, and it was sharpish but not hair popping. But now it's ridiculous, even cross grain. I'm saying that, but yeah, it is really sharp. So yeah, I'm going to be running this kitchen knife over the system as it stands. It just about cuts in a couple of places, but there's chips, rolls, you name it. It has been abused. It's nothing like it should be. So I'm going to get this done, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Cheers. Yeah, just quickly before I do it, anyone who is going to get the Lansky system, I would recommend the base. I tried using it without a base unit, and you just get cramp in the wrist. I don't know whether it's me, but I ended up finding that I was a bit cramped, and especially when you're doing something like a reprofile, it takes a little bit extra time. Getting the base, getting the stand is definitely worth it. They've got three different types: the pedestal, the fixable stand, and then a clamp stand. So for a few extra quid, it's definitely worth getting it. The stand I found on Honey Haynes. It was the cheapest I found. I think it was a tenner plus 2 quid P&P. So yeah, anyway, I'll get on to the sharpening. I'll come back. Alright, so second stage, first stage complete. I hit the buffer first with the stitch wheel and the green buffing compound, and then on the loose mop with the green again, and it's got all the rust out. There's some small pitting spots from where it has rusted, but all in all, it's looking pretty good. Obviously that has taken whatever edge it did have, it's taken that off completely, but for now that's pretty good. There's some pretty deep scratches on the other side. I don't know if you can see it there. Come on, focus. There we are. Yeah, so a couple of hefty scratches, but all in all, back to definitely a working finish. Just need to put the edge on. So I'll get back to you when the edge is on. Alright folks, so it's been about 25 minutes, half an hour, and I've finished putting the edge on. Really happy with it. It's not particularly messy business. So yeah, I've just put it a couple of strokes on the strop each side. You can see there the edge. It's not a mirror edge. Let's see if I can get it to focus. But it's a high polish. Come on, work with me. There we go. It's a high polished edge, and It's like ridiculous. And cross grain. I mean, it took a little while to get. There was a couple of chips in the edge, and a couple of rolls here and there, and it took a little while to get that out. But I've put a 20-degree edge on either side, and yeah, really happy with it. So, because it's only for kitchen use, it's not going to be hard use, I decided to go for the 20, and yeah, it's come out perfectly. So, not first impressions on the Lansky, but definitely kind of initial, kind of first couple of use impressions. Yeah, really good system. So like I said, my knives from now on, I'm going to get the extra coarse diamond just so I can put the initial bevel on, because I've got calipers now, and I grind my knives down to about 16 to 18 thousandths of an inch, usually about 16 if I can, obviously depending on the size of the blade, but stuff like Raiders and Assailants, they go to around about 16 thousandths of an inch before the secondary bevel. So I'm going to grind that down to 16 thousandths and then put the terminal bevel on with a degree of your choice, whether it be 17, 20, 25, 30. If I'm doing a standard one to go on gear basting, it'll probably be 25 degree. Reason I've done this way rather than putting a convex edge on the slack of my belt is just repeatability. So a knife will go out to someone buying it, and they know that when they get it, the edge is going to be 25 degrees or, you know, a degree either side, depending on the size of the blade because of the system. So it's going to be definitely repeatable, so that person can then sharpen it to that degree. I mean, if you've got a Lansky as well, then perfect. If you haven't, I don't know what the wicked edge and stuff like that, I don't know the settings on that, but I just thought it gives the people the choice, and it gives them a set edge that they know, and I just want to be able to repeat that process over and over again and get it perfect every time. So that's why I've done it. I'm still waiting for the grinder. I'm hoping that it's going to be here kind of end of November, but can't promise anything. So yeah, Lansky, great system. If you're putting a first initial edge on, definitely worth getting the extra coarse diamond stone just to start it. And if you want to get mirror polish, then definitely step it up to the Super Sapphire 2000 grit stone at the end. Apart from that, hope everyone's well. Hope you've enjoyed the vid, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care.